It's May 22nd, 2020, and it is Feel Good Friday. Anthony, you look like you're feeling good. My hair definitely looks like it's feeling good.
I love America.
Who doesn't? Happy Memorial Day weekend, guys. Let's get this show started. Woo, Anthony Melchiori. I had a little trouble finding the button to hit to start the show, so I had to stall there a little bit. Hope it didn't you didn't notice it too much there.
So you like my Memorial Day shirt? You like it?
I love that shirt, man. It's great. It's like, hey, happy America. And I'm so excited we get a holiday weekend so we could just relax, be quiet, and stay home for a few days. Because, it's been all this running around all over the world has been crazy the last
Right, we
months.
get to stay home. Look at that. All right. So,
wait. Let's break this down.
Okay.
I knew you were a clown, but a rodeo clown?
Okay, so you want to hear the backstory?
I definitely do.
Cody, Wyoming. Great show, great family. We were doing Hotel Impossible.
Right.
And my producers thought it'd be a funny idea to make me a rodeo clown and have a bull come out and knock me around.
Right.
So now I know for insurance reasons, there's no way they're letting a wild, bull come into the rodeo and knock me around.
Right.
So what you don't see in that picture, it was actually a small horse, and was running around my barrel, and I didn't know if it was a horse or a bronco, so I was a little nervous. But listen, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. Matter of fact, I have a closet that is full of costumes from the show. So ask me a question. I probably have a costume I can put on for you. If you say, do you have? I probably have it. So there's another actually picture of me, if Jeff, our producer, can find it, with me from Cody, Wyoming, in a cowboy hat, in a black shirt, and I look as cowboy could be. I couldn't find a hat. I was going to wear the hat. But anyway, happy Memorial Day. We're going to drink and we're going to laugh. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that. And I'm really looking forward to laughing. I'm really looking forward to the cocktail today. We're going to be having from Glenn Fittich, the national ambassador, Tracy Franklin, teaching us how to make an old fashioned. And if you don't have that recipe, I will be able to tell you what it is. All you need is Glenn Fittich, 14-year-old. We got that here. We got some bitters. We've got some blood orange ready to go because we're keeping these cocktails simple and easy. Maybe something to shake it up and a glass to put it in. I know I've got all my supplies. You got all yours?
I'm never prepared for these things. And look at this.
Ooh.
That's a red orange, right? You believe that's a red orange, right?
Totally. Definitely.
Blood orange. That's a blood orange. You believe that?
I believe it totally, and my orange is definitely a blood orange today. So,
all right, so let's recap this week. Let's recap. Oh, okay. There's one. That's from Arizona. That's from Arizona, but there's another one actually from Cody, Wyoming. Let's recap this week.
Let's do that. I'll let you do that.
No, why don't you do that? Who do we have on this week, and who we have on next week before we start the show?
Hey, thanks for putting me in the position of having to remember what is going on. This week was quite the week. I mean, let's go backwards. Yesterday we had a great show focused all on luxury. We had the CEO of Exclusive Resorts on the show. We had a regional VP with NetJets learning all about how travel might be different, about how you could do physical distancing together as families and all that kind of stuff. Wednesday, man, that was such a show. And if you haven't checked that, make sure you check either Anthony and I's feeds. You can watch the show with the American Gaming Association CEO, Bill Miller. But man, wasn't John Flynn at MGM Resorts amazing, telling us all about that 7-point plan to reopen Bellagio, New York, and then all the rest of the casinos?
I officially have a second man crush, Craig Morgan and John Flynn.
Right.
Those guys are superheroes. Love them both.
Yeah, well, I don't mean to disrupt your man crushitude. Oh, wait, there it is.
Now, just so you know, I rode that horse really well. I for some reason, I can ride a horse. I don't know why. But in Puerto Rico, I rode one that actually beat the gentleman that has a horse farm at his own game. We had a race. So I don't know why, but I can ride a horse. I can't play a cowboy. These are funny pictures. We should do this on Friday. We should find pictures of you and me online and like make fun of ourselves.
I love that idea. Let's do that. Let's try to do that next week. In the meantime, I'm happy to make fun of you right now, Anthony.
Well, if there's another picture I just sent him in the private chat, another link. That was like my real cowboy, and like everybody was like, "Oh my god, what a great cowboy shirt! That's the best cowboy shirt." I bought it for like $7 on Amazon. 24 hours came. I threw it in my bag and I jumped on a plane.
Wow.
So anyway, so
right. So on Tuesday.
I was really impressed with your guest this week.
Yeah.
Next week we have even just as good guests are great, and and we can't announce our big fish yet, can we?
Yeah, we can, but not the date. We will be having the CFO of Hilton joining us, possibly June 10th. Not 100% confirmed on the date. That might be flexible. That's what's the way it goes with daily shows, right? Don't always necessarily know who's going to be coming up on what specific day. Next week, I'm really looking forward to it because we're going to be talking to different visitors associations, Fort Worth, Beverly Hills Convention and Tourism, a couple of others. I think that'll be really interesting. We're going to be examining technology again next week and speaking to more owners and operators. And then next week, drink some tequila on Friday. So
can we have that guy, that guy right there?
You should have worn that shirt today. Anthony.
Right. I have it.
Yeah.
I have it in my closet.
That's awesome. I love that.
Look at those pants I'm wearing there, buddy. That holds everything in place.
Yeah, exactly. And Anthony would like to announce he's going to be joining the Village People on the reunion tour.
But if you look at that town, go back to that picture, Jeff. If you go back to that town, that town is in Cody, Wyoming, and it's right behind a hotel that I did in Cody, Wyoming. And that is an existing town. That is an old town that no one uses anymore. But like, tell me that is not the greatest Western set ready-made right there.
It's awesome.
Isn't that amazing? And I'm telling you, one of my favorite places in the world is Cody, Wyoming. They have one of the biggest rodeos there, and it's just this hotel has actually it's called Bill. If you're on, please tell me what it's called. I forgot the name of your hotel. Oh my god. The Cody Hotel. And they have horses. You can have free horse rides. It's amazing. It's an amazing place, amazing town. If you're ever in that neck of the woods, go to Cody, Wyoming. It's one of my favorite places ever. And I really want to be a cowboy. Now let's tell everybody about the guest that's going to be on our show. But before you tell them, can I tell them the backstory?
Yeah, we got this question up here. How do you suggest potential guests for the show? Hey, that's easy enough. Just connect with either of us on LinkedIn. If you reach out to me on LinkedIn, I'll pass it along to our show producer. So just connect with me there and send us an email. Go ahead, Anthony. Please continue.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of what happens when you do present the guest to us. I don't know who's coming on the show. It's like Hotel Impossible. I just show up and I do my thing, right? And so, because I don't like planning. So, as I hear my children in the background laughing and doing a TikTok,
right?
The guest today, I found out today who he is. And it's like, well, he makes light of revenue management. And I said some choice words and said, what? It's ridiculous. I'm going to get him on the show and he's going to like not make me laugh. And I'm going to abuse the guy for 20 minutes. I was like, as they're telling me this, I go on Instagram and in 10 seconds, I was on the floor laughing my butt off. If anybody can make revenue management fun and make me laugh about revenue management, is a guest I want to have on the show. So exactly. It's very scientific how we pick our guests.
It sure is very, very scientific to you because you don't get to see how the sausage is made. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. You don't want to know what goes on behind the scenes. But I will say this, Anthony, before we bring on Calvin to make fun of revenue management and all that kind of good stuff, we finally have an announcement about how all of you out there can help our GoFundMe campaign, USA Hospitality Strong, and get the chance to play poker with Anthony. Isn't that right, man?
That's right, baby. And I have been on a tear of losing with my $20 buy-in game, 8 o'clock every night with my friends. I have lost every game, it seems, in the last week and a half. And I keep buying in. So I suck. So if you want to play poker against somebody that really thinks he's good but really sucks, I'm your guy. And we raise money for the hospitality industry. GoFundMe. USA Hospitality Strong. That's our page. So if you'd like to donate. But if you want to hold off and play poker with me, we have a couple opportunities for you to sit at the table. We'll talk trash to each other. And so we're going to have a little auction and you're going to buy your way to the table. There's 9 people. And then there'll be surprises. Like if you donate a certain amount, you'll get a signed tie. If you donate a certain amount, you'll get like an hour conference call with me. If you donate a lot of money, you'll get me on a plane and I'll hang out and have dinner with you. And I'll serve you cocktails.
Excellent. Oh, I love that idea. Exactly. And yeah, same goes for me. If you give me a lot of money, I'll come out and make you a cocktail. I got no problem with
You know,
that.
so funny. Your lighting's usually on point. Last week I was dark and like miserable, and this week like you're dark.
Are we talking about my attitude or the lack of lighting in here?
The lack of lighting. What's going on?
I don't know. It's a little bit dark outside today,
Yeah,
and I didn't turn on all the lights. I don't know what's
I'm
going on.
always overlit, and you're always perfectly lit. Today I'm still overlit, and you're dark.
Anthony, it's Feel Good Friday. I wanted you to feel good today about how the lighting is going. But let's get back to the poker tournament, because I know you guys out there really want to play against Anthony. Show him that you are the better poker player. Well, it's simple to do that. All you're going to do is send us an email to pokerwithanthony@gmail.com. That's pokerwithanthony@gmail.com. And the way this is going to work is we want you to do a minimum bet of $200, a minimum of $200. But the more that you bet, the more likely you will be in the top 9. And we'll announce some progress throughout the next week or so before we do the event on June 3rd at 8 p.m. June 3rd, right here on our channels at 8 p.m. June 3rd. Anthony will be playing. We'll be able to see the electronic game on the screen. We'll bring him up and back throughout the thing to have a conversation with him. And it's going to be co-hosted by our segment producer, David. So David and I will be doing a play-by-play there, Anthony. That'll be a lot of fun.
And I'm a really good poker player, but I got to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pair of 8s, and somebody had 4 aces, and they said that beats a pair of aces. Is that true?
Oh, hold on. I need to hear that again, because I got distracted by saying that our lighting is fire. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate that you think our lighting is good. I like the moodiness behind me. Now, what was your poker question to make sure I know what I'm talking about?
I was beat last night by 4 aces over a pair of 8s, and they say that is a winning hand. 4 aces beats a pair of 8s. Is that true?
I thought a single 2 is the big card that you
right.
want.
See, so I'm a good poker player. So if you want to try to beat me, come to the table.
All right.
But all the money goes to housekeepers and front desk people and people in the hospitality industry. This is going on a lot longer than people thought. It's going to go on a lot longer. Unemployment's going to run out. People are struggling. People are losing jobs. So please, this is for hospitality. We are ready when you're ready to travel, right? We're ready.
Yep.
We're ready. We're going to get the rooms clean. We're going to get the hotels ready. Everybody's been through a lot, and they've been cleaning toilet bowls, and they've been cleaning rooms, and they've been getting check-ins ready and technology ready. And so let's help them. So let's play poker against Anthony. 4 aces. Don't beat 2 8s. Let's go.
All right, one more thing about the poker tournament before we bring in Calvin from Rev Problems. If you want to co-host the show with myself and David, you can do that for $1,000, and you'll get your company's branding on there, whether you're a hotelier or a vendor out there. So this is a great opportunity. If you think you know enough about poker, if you want to come on and have a little bit of fun, if you want to risk me making fun of you for charity, come on. It's only $1,000. And the great thing about that is you'll get your branding on there as well. You'll get a little bit of visibility. And if you're anything like me, you suck at playing poker, and this is a great way to still do your part and participate. All right. That was it for that. Are you ready?
Let's go, baby.
All right. Hold on. I got to bring up the right screen to bring in Calvin. Let's bring in our next guest. Calvin, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good, but I think we need to do this real quick.
Calvin, are you a stand-up comedian or a revenue manager?
A little bit of both. I mean, there's a lot of comedy in trying to revenue manage, especially these days, right?
So say something funny about revenue management.
Yeah, not to be on the spot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Something funny about revenue management. Revenue management is easy and can be done by anyone. That's a good joke.
That's true. That's very true. Listen, if my partner Jeremy Pinkerton can do it, anybody can do it. Love you, Jeremy.
We so get a good rim shot down.
So tell me, what do you do? Are you a revenue manager? Where do you work? And why do you think it was important to do a Instagram page about making fun of revenue management? And you have like 15,000 followers, not about as many as I do. So so tell me about it.
So I'm a director of revenue in New York City, and I started this Instagram page about 4 years ago. June 1st will be exactly 4 years on Instagram. And it really just started out at work, just kind of cutting up with some friends. I'd make a meme after a conference call, that type of thing. And just decided to let me share this with other like-minded people. So originally I did a Facebook group, which was a smaller group, maybe a couple of hundred people, and it started to really expand. And the issue I ran into was a lot of people at the time knew me obviously personally and knew where I worked. So they thought every joke I made was about my particular property. And I knew when it got problematic when my analyst came in one day, first thing in the morning, no good morning, hello, anything. And she's like, oh my God, what did I do? And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But apparently, the day before, I posted a meme about when your analyst puts in the wrong rooming list or something like that. So I said, okay, you know what? This is getting a little too close to home. Let's take it to Instagram so it can remain a bit more faceless. And yeah, the rest is history.
Are you allowed to name the hotel you work for?
No, I don't do that because I do make a lot of borderline jokes, and I don't want people to think that I'm talking about anyone specific, because I really just pull from my experience.
Well, I went online real quick before you were on, make sure you didn't make any stupid jokes or kind of tasteless jokes, and you didn't.
Because he doesn't want you muscling in on our territory.
Well, you make revenue management funny, and this doesn't mean anything to anybody that doesn't know revenue management, so I don't want to go too far into it because it really doesn't. But if Jeff, our producer, if he can maybe pull a couple of things up as we're talking, that would be really fun. So where are you right now, just in general, in revenue management in New York City? Like, are you working? Are you furloughed? What's going on?
I was furloughed about a month ago. So the hotel I was working at closed in mid-April. And I was furloughed about a week after that. So just really at home. I'm doing a lot of exercising and working on my social media business.
Okay, and if you would like to apply for a position, because there's going to be a position come available for my co-host on this show, please send me your information. Thank you.
Okay, I'll do that for sure.
You are too cruel. I'm trying to think of a great comeback, and I don't want to get too close.
No, I think we should drink soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Jeff, you able to bring up that first meme? He's having some sort of issue backstage.
So a comment here says, I'm excited to see you on the show. My friends, I have been following you for ages on Instagram, Calvin. So put that.
Here we go.
Calvin, you got people.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh, I like that. Working on star and forecast commentary like coronavirus cancellations, That's funny. True. When your GM posted the hotel Instagram. Now, that's because people like me, who I guess are a little bit older than you, Calvin, we apparently don't know what Instagram is. And I will just say that I just came across a chief marketing officer for a major company, and he didn't know what Instagram was. So
what?
Yeah, but what's the next one? Calvin, you the bomb, Calvin. When the city is sold out, but you still got room. Why is that funny, Calvin?
That's one of my favorites. That's actually just one of my favorite memes, period. That picture with the guy, he's just like, you're just waiting to pounce. And, I love that picture anyway. And, it just fits into what we do on a daily basis. You'd love to be in that position. That's the position you need to be in.
But let me explain why. Okay, the person that sells out last sells out best, right? So Saturday night, I try to explain this, Calvin, you deal with this every single day. I try to explain this every day of my life on the show and consulting. If you have 4th of July weekend coming up and you're near the ocean, you're going to be sold out. You've been sold out for the last 100 years. You'll probably even be sold out this 4th of July. And so why would you sell out in March? Why would you get all of your rates out there, and why would you sell out in March? You want to sell out really your last 25 to 50% of the rooms probably 10 days before 4th of July, because that's when pent-up demand, that's when all the other rooms are sold out. And then you're selling a room that you could have sold for $200 4 months ago for $700, because rooms are not like a container of milk. A container of milk you can only sell for $2, $3, $4, $5. A steak you can only sell for $15, $20, $25. But a room you can sell for either $69 or you can sell for $900. It's all about supply and demand. That doesn't make us bad. That just makes us understand what revenue management is about. So
Exactly.
we have 5 rooms and everybody else is sold out. That's exactly what I look like. I just take the. What I don't understand is why do people keep the tag on their jackets? Like that, you're not supposed to have the tag on your jacket. I see that so much.
Well,
Like, why do they do that?
in his defense, he's a comedian. He did that on purpose for the comedic effect.
Okay, but he just looks funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. That's Spice Adams. He's famous meme maker, former football player. It's hilarious.
So do you create a lot of these things on your own, or do you curate them, or maybe it's a mix of both? How's that work, Calvin?
I make most of them. Recently, awesome. I've started filtering in a few that I find that I think people would find funny. But up until very recently, I make everything that went up there was something that I created.
Can you make a meme? Can you make a meme for me? Make a meme of me, please.
Absolutely. Yes, I in the warm up there, I saw a bunch of pictures that I already got at least 6 or 10 ideas that I could use.
There's 600,000 pictures of me online. So find some and send me some memes. I would love to have memes. I don't have memes. And make a couple of Glenn. I'm sure there's a couple of really embarrassing pictures of Glenn there with without clothes on.
Well, they're pictures that I probably put out there because I don't get embarrassed easily about my pictures. But I look forward to being challenged. I'd like to see the memes of Anthony in that outfit that he's wearing right now. Is really what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. I'm thinking some sort of a Memorial Day Pitbull crossover. Yeah, right. I got some ideas.
You know what? I love that. Help me, OTA. You're my only hope. But I want one. Do you have one that shows when we're full and we feel like everything is great and we don't need them? Like, do you have another one of us like just sitting ballers going, "Hey,
I'm sure I've got plenty of those because what's good about this one is typically we don't want to use OTA if we don't have to, right? And it really comes down to the point where, but they are necessary evil. And I think this one I posted up right when the whole coronavirus thing started impacting us, probably late March. And you saw everything slipping, and it was like, well, you know what? You know who we love right now? We love our OTA partners. Send us as much business as possible. But when things are going well, they're one of the channels that you try to, stay clear of because they're not as profitable.
So, Calvin, let me ask a question. You don't need any money. You don't need to work for a living. You're just going to be a comedian and do memes all day. Okay. Does your revenue management memes and fun about revenue management get a little bit more edgy, or is it basically this is what you feel comfortable doing?
I think I am fairly edgy. A lot of times, I do poke fun at different departments and the relationships between different departments. And I know those will get a reaction because I have people in all departments that follow me, from operations, finance, everything. The one funny relationship we always poke fun is with sales, revenue management and sales. We're like siblings. We love and hate each other equally. And I always say if we're not fighting, somebody's not doing their job right. Right. So
right. So in some insider humor, right?
Exactly.
Who put those 10 rooms out of order? Go into engineering. Did you put those 10 rooms out of order? No. Front desk. Did you put those 10 rooms out of order? No.
That's a pretty funny one.
Go to the sales manager. Did you get the code to put those rooms out of order? I have to go to lunch. Now, why would they put those rooms out of order? Why would they put those rooms? Because you won't see the inventory. It won't affect the occupancy. That you won't notice it. And so they have a group that's just about to sign, but they haven't signed yet. And if they don't hold those 10 rooms for that group in 2 weeks, and we're not looking maybe 2 weeks out, they're not going to be able to take that group. And the general manager says, if they don't have a check and they don't have a contract signed, don't hold the rooms. And they're like, okay. And then they go, am I right, Calvin?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the best part about making these is everybody's been in this situation. I don't care what hotel you are on the planet, dealing with your engineering department is going to be the same. We're going to have something in common, and dealing with the guests and everything else that we do in hotels, no matter where you are, we're all fighting the same fight and dealing with the same thing. So that's always been the driving force behind making the account, was to kind of bring the hospitality people together in a funny way.
Yeah, I think you want to take that one off. That's a little too edgy.
They're hugging.
Calvin, I'm going to tell you a story, and you may not believe me.
Okay.
What's the one department that housekeeping, revenue management, front desk would never vote for employee of the year? What's the one department that would never, those departments would just never vote for them? They never even think about them.
I'll probably go finance.
Yeah, no, sales. Oh, yeah, finance is a good one.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
In one of my hotels, I told my sales manager, I said, director of sales, I said, you need to have everybody in the hotel love you. The front desk, the housekeepers, the revenue, everybody has got to love you. She literally won employee of the year.
This one's fun.
Because they say, because everyone will hate you if you don't, because you go to fancy places, you travel to fancy destinations, and they have no idea how hard you work. You work really, really hard, but they don't know that. All they know is you're the fancy that go to those places.
Yeah, and I make fun of them all the time with that because I have a lot of respect for my sales teams. I've had a lot of great sales managers I've worked with, but you hit it on the head. You know, people only see the front of what they do. They see them at having lunch in the restaurant and traveling to different places. And one of my favorite ones I made, I think it was about a year ago. It's a video of Bobby Flay, the chef, and he's dancing. And I was like, oh, it looks like sales is having another busy business lunch. And that's what people think it is. People think it's just them entertaining themselves.
So listen, there's enough pictures of me to make me to do two memes. One, me really happy that your RevPAR is up, and one, like, I'm going to end your life. So I want to see those two memes. All right.
Deal. You got it.
All right. And you know what? And I give you a lot of credit. I don't know how you got on the show, and I don't know why you're doing what you're doing, but what I tell people all the time is, especially coming out of this, what we're in, is don't put the resume on the desk and ask for a job. Just knock the door down and keep knocking the door down, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and we need people like you in the industry. If you can make fun of revenue management and make me laugh, you've done something. Because I've tried to make fun of revenue management, and I can't. My funniest joke, I did a keynote with all revenue managers and general managers, and I walk into, I get on stage, and I say, "Oh, my people are here." So he's like, "All right." So a young guy comes in, he's an intern, and he comes in my office. And he said, I was the vice president at the time, and he said, there's a room right next to the general manager's office, right next to the general manager's office. And the general manager walks in sometimes, and he walks out, and he's so happy, and he has such a big smile. And sometimes he walks out, and he's miserable. And he's just yelling at the person, and he's angry. And they go, "Oh, you mean the revenue management office?"
That's funny. It reminds me of a story. So my first hotel, I started out at the front desk at that property and then moved up to reservations manager, and I reported to the dorm. And at that point in my career, it was my first job.
I'm with the dorm is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm director of revenue management. Right. So I reported directly to him.
I thought that was the place I used to get drunk in college. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, it doesn't change much. Either one is but he was just a miserable guy. And at that point in my career, I actually said to myself, I don't want to do that job because the guy just looks so frustrated and miserable all the time. And it took leaving the industry. I went into hotels. I worked for Gordon Ramsay for a while, actually, and then came back into the hotel business and worked for a different director of revenue. And she had a much different approach, much different personality. And she taught me revenue management. Then I realized, okay, I can do this. I really got into the strategy of what it takes to be a good revenue manager. And
before you leave, you got to put in our private conversation the person that was mean and the person that you liked. I want to know if I know both of them.
Oh man, putting me on the spot. Okay.
Nobody sees it with me.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right. Gotcha. So this is fun, man. Are you going to stick around and make a drink with us?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. See, I've got the ingredients.
Glenn, when Glenn says it's fun, that means I have nothing to add to the story, and I'm lost.
I have nothing to add to the story. You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. I don't have any hotel operations experience, and I've been spending this entire time wondering if all the memes are based on how horrible of a hotel guest I might be, as opposed to having any inside jokey kind of stuff. So
I take my fair share of shots at guests as well.
Yeah,
that's something. No matter what department you're in, we can all.
Guests can be absolutely insane. All right. Great.
It's drink time.
All right. Tracy, we're going to bring you in just 1 second, but I've got to go do our fun. Bring in the next guest. Tracy Franklin, Glenfiddich National Ambassador. Yay. Thank you so much for being here.
That is quite the setup.
Right? Hey, you, I don't know what's going on with that guy up there.
I don't know. He's showing off his cocktail ingredients. I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you know what? I am really pissed off right now.
Oh,
no.
Because she knows how to do better branding than you?
Not only your lighting is perfect, you have a beautiful smile, you look beautiful, you're ambassador to an incredible company.
Mm-hmm.
It is a perfect shot. That is like the best shot we've had on the show.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
It
well,
really
thank
is.
you very much. I appreciate that because I know you've had some of our other ambassadors on, so I'm gonna totally take that back to our chat.
Yes.
I win.
Yeah.
He's a living sales meme right now. I could just take that screenshot and go to work.
And just so you know,
I have to move this. This is what I would do. I'd move that just to there.
Right. So
you know
listen.
You know what, if I could say something, one of the things.
Yeah, because I haven't let you speak the whole show. So go.
Well, I told you you're screwed. Didn't I tell you before the show you're screwed today? Didn't I tell you that?
He did say that. I got fair warning.
Okay.
Right. So what I always tell is I always talk about first impressions, right? So you come in my office, you're looking for a position, and immediately I make a decision. Sometimes it takes me a little while, but usually pretty quickly. Okay, and not so much what you look like or how old you are, how young you are. It's how you present yourself. In 3 seconds, I literally would hire you to be my sales director, no matter what I was selling. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
I don't know. Thank you. That's actually a huge compliment. I really do appreciate that.
You know, I've interviewed thousands of people, and 99% of them hate me just because of the interview because I'm mean.
I don't want to.
But I love the way you. I just love the way you present yourself. Yes, Glenn. Let me go away now. Go ahead.
No. I love your enthusiasm and energy today. Finally, Anthony is silly on a Friday. Now I can tell him he's got to tone it down a little bit instead of the way it usually goes, right? So I don't want to be too much of one upper, but I fell in love with your spirit just looking at your headshot. It is just so perfect. I love it. And check my feed for announcing today's show to see that headshot. It's just so awesome. It's just so spirited and positive. And let me make a really clunky transition. And that headshot is not old-fashioned at all. But today we're going to be focusing on an old-fashioned cocktail, right? Did you like how that worked there, Anthony?
Yes, old-fashioned. So I'm going to button my button so I feel old-fashioned.
So I know that you guys love bourbon, right?
So let's make it old-fashioned.
Yeah, you guys love bourbon. So what we're doing is we're using a scotch, which is, I know some people out there are like sacrilegious, don't do that. But honestly,
well, that's because, I don't want to cut you off, but I love educating our crowd too. Because all bourbon is scotch, but not all scotch is bourbon. So
no. So
that's what they used to teach me back in the day.
Yes.
So explain me. So explain me, Lucy.
Yes. So whiskey is the overhanging category. So all scotch and all bourbon is whiskey, right?
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So bourbon, 51% corn, made in the United States, can't be distilled over 160, can't be put into a barrel higher than 125, blah, 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 blah. Single malt scotch is Glenfiddich. So single malt first means it's a single distillery. So everything that we make is made at Glenfiddich. And malt means it's made from 100% malted barley. Now, to be Scotch, you have to be made and aged in Scotland. You have to be a minimum of 3 years old and aged in an oak cask no larger than 700 liters.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Great.
All right, guys, I hope you're all taking that note down. So next time you go to the liquor store, you can show off your knowledge and insights.
Yeah. So have you tasted the 14? Did you get a little taste of it?
No, I've been waiting. But I am going to have it before we actually make our cocktail.
Is this what you're talking about?
You have the Glenfiddich 12, you have the 14. So we've got two. So the Glenfiddich 12 is our signature reserve. That's the one everybody's seen. You've seen this triangle bottle, right?
All right. I'm going to get the one you just talked about.
Okay. The blue, yeah.
I will be right back.
No problem. So whenever you see a bottle of scotch, when you see a number on it, that's the youngest age in the bottle. So this is youngest is 12 years old, youngest is 14 years old, but these are aged very differently. We're not just walking up the line. Every Glenfiddich has a different cask maturation. So the 12 is about 85% ex-bourbon barrel, so that really beautiful vanilla note is going to come through there, a little bit of toffee, but then it's balanced by 15% European oak. So that pulls in your red fruit, your tannins, like that structure. So it's a really big, bright. It's like pear and apple, a little bit of vanilla, and some oak influence on our 12.
Mm.
14 though.
Yeah.
I know that you guys love your bourbons. I wanted to do something that was that's going to have some of those similar flavor profiles.
Mm-hmm.
So barley is going to be a little bit more of a complex grain. So you're going to definitely find on the background, you're going to find some of that maltiness, maybe like a cereal note. But on the front of the palate, because this is aged for 14 years in excellent barrels, then finished in custom barrels made by Kelvin Cooperage, a family-owned cooperage in Kentucky, who's taking new oak, toasting it for a minimum of 20 minutes, and then charring it to a 3.5, so about 45 seconds. We've got a nice deep char in there, which creates this beautiful fissures in the barrel that allow that whiskey to seep in there and pull all those beautiful sugars and toffee, all those flavors of that toasted oak deep in the barrel. And also a little bit of kind of a charcoal smokiness that comes from that char on that barrel as well. So we
Yum.
our 14-year-old whiskey in a barrel that would normally...
This is my kind of cooking show.
Yeah.
Right? So, Calvin, I know you didn't get a bottle because...
Sorry, Calvin.
But
That's okay. That's okay.
have you had Glenfiddich in the past?
I have. I'm actually really excited about this. I'm a big whiskey drinker. I love Scotch and bourbon, my two favorites. So I'm excited. I'm sitting at the computer taking notes.
What is that one? So yeah, you'll absolutely see it's in this blue. Which way? Blue.
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Okay. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Mark, I saw you send me that meme. If you could, why don't you just try posting? Can you post that picture? Because it was really funny. If you can't, I'll try to figure it out. But I'll let Anthony see that. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I'm loving this live show thing where you can talk to the audience and engage them and all of that kind of stuff. It's fun.
I'll say that earlier we were talking about why I did not get a bottle.
it wasn't my fault. I'm sorry.
I'm part of the show. I should have gotten a bottle, right? and then Glenn, if you send me that link, I'll post it on.
Yeah, all right. I will. All right, Mark, I will send him the picture, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So you continue. I will work on making sure we can make fun of Anthony.
Great. Okay. So Anthony is hidden underneath his, is that an orange or grapefruit?
I'm not hidden. Look at these ears. You can't see my ears.
Anthony, your branding is horrible.
Building.
A timely reference. It looks like Kilroy was here.
All right, my love. So I hope that you tasted your 14. Like even just pour a little glass. I poured that just so you can see what we're going to be working with and why
I don't have the right glass.
You can do that. Why I wanted to build the old fashioned with the 14 because what you're getting on the palate, like you're getting a lot of sweetness, right? So maybe vanilla.
Hold on, can I explain what it tastes like to me?
Please.
Here we go. It tastes like I'm on a beach and I see Glenn in a Speedo running down the beach with his hair flickering in the sunset.
Oh, Lord almighty.
Well, for me, that sounds like your desert island whiskey. Then that's what it sounds like. And
I think you just shot your commercial, Tracy.
Don't know about your relationship. I'm a-okay with that, guys.
I think she's judging us, son.
No, she specifically said not that there's anything wrong with that.
Listen, he specifically asked me he would like to see me in a clown shirt today. So I'm just saying.
Shaking up my ingredients.
Cocktail. I see you've got a shaker. So did you put anything in that shaker?
Yeah, I put all the ingredients in here already.
Okay, stop shaking.
I'm in my bedroom, and I wasn't going to be able to get this done live. So
listen, I'm Calvin. Right. I'm funny. I got a shaker. I'm perfect.
I'm sorry.
He's giving you a rough time, man.
We're good.
Calvin's
like, this actually in the glass that you're going to be drinking out of. Or you can use a stirring pitcher, or if you have a shaker, you can just use the one. You don't want to necessarily shake it. You don't have to.
I got a shaker. Brought to you by our good friends over at Chesapeake Hospitality.
I got a shaker.
This is the funniest I've ever seen you, man.
I'm so glad it's with me. This is awesome. So you guys might have sugars, or I made a simple syrup, and I made a spiced simple syrup. So
I might have made a brown sugar simple syrup.
Awesome. Me too.
I made one too.
Our sugar. what you want is equal parts sugar to water. Go ahead and boil that, set it aside to cool. But if you want to do a spiced one, you're going to add some whole cloves, a cinnamon stick, and allspice.
That was
while it's boiling, and then you have a spiced syrup. And
I should have done that. That'd have been fun.
Yeah,
I love Tracy.
Too complicated. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you guys wanted that.
I love you.
No, it's not that we didn't want it or not want it. It's just that I always feel left out.
You're
I
not.
just
I just gave you the tip.
I always feel like I'm back in 4th grade and everyone's picking sides for the kickball team and nobody wants little Glenny on their team.
Calvin,
It's very sad.
Calvin, he was the guy that you would come up to me and I go, no, I don't want on team. And you're like, dude, come on.
He's the last one left.
His mother's watching. Come on. Put him on the team. I'm like, no, Calvin, I don't want him on the team. And you're like, I'll kick your ass if he's not on the team. All right, Calvin. Glenn's on the team.
All right. Let's make this cocktail.
All right, so we'll do a quarter part of that.
What are we doing?
One
So
quarter.
if you like things really sweet, I just do a quarter ounce.
Okay.
All right.
Now what?
Now we got some whiskey. You ready?
Got whiskey.
So the reason I like to do old fashions with the Glenfiddich is because it's very, very simple, right?
Mhm.
We're just putting like basically 3 ingredients. So it's your sweetener, your
Whoa.
whiskey, and your bitters. Super easy, right?
Yep.
So
Even I could do it.
2 parts.
I just want to show off I have a shot glass.
14.
Yeah.
I hope you have enough.
How many you want?
For what? 2 parts, 2 ounce.
2 ounces.
2 shots.
All right. Tell me if this is 2 ounces. I don't have.
Oh dear goodness gracious. Stop.
Uh-oh.
Stop. Let's do that.
Is that 2 ounces?
That's a little bit more, my darling. You are not measuring responsibly. You should measure responsibly.
All right.
Yeah.
God, I suck at this.
No, you don't. You're going to enjoy it anyway. So if there's a little bit too much whiskey, just add a little bit more. You're just going to add some more syrup at the end. It's no big deal.
All
So
right.
Angostura bitters. You guys have probably seen these at the store. Angostura bitters are incredibly important. They're kind of like your pepper to your salt and pepper. So these are going to be really earthy. You're going to enhance, because I'm using that spice, this is going to give you that spice flavor.
But can I ask you a question, Tracy? And I need an answer before the end of the show. I've always wondered why. I actually took the packaging off. Why do they have such bad packaging?
I have no idea, but it's been down there forever. So it's what we're looking for. When I go to the store, I'm looking for this. So if they
Right,
were to
but
take
it's
it
like
off,
so bad, it's good. It's
right,
like
exactly.
the packaging is like if somebody brought that packaging in, it looks like pants are too big on them.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's iconic. So we actually updated our. Did you notice we updated our label? So
Beautiful.
the old one. This
All
is
right.
the new one.
So I need to Nate, we have breaking news here. I have to break in here. We have an Anthony related meme coming up right now. Jeff, if you could bring up that meme.
When you realize
Ew.
you look
Aw.
that was sent in by
Who did that?
Mark Maklovitz. Hold on.
Oh man.
Yeah, Mark Maklovitz sent that one in. Thank you, man. That was really, really funny.
Thank you very much. Keep them coming, man. The more you can make fun of me, the happier I am.
Yep. I know, the happier I am.
All right, so let's put a dash of those Angostura bitters in there.
I did.
All right, now you have your orange bitters too.
Oh, I know, but I have my orange. I got to cut my orange.
Ew, there we go. So I've got a little blood orange. So they were just so pretty. Blood oranges are going to be a little bit more tart than your typical orange. So I actually like to use them. I'm not going to muddle it. So you'll sometimes see people muddle their old fashions. For me, when you have a good whiskey, why are you muddling? Why are you adding all of that flavor? You're covering it with usually bad cherries and that orange. So instead, we're just going to put it in there and stir with it so we get a little bit of that juice and a little bit of those oils released.
So you just want to enhance it a little bit. You don't want it to become overpowering and take over.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and throw some ice in there.
Oh, I forgot my bitters. How much bitters?
Oh,
dashes.
Two dash. Go ahead. Yours should be 2 dashes of the Angostura.
2 dashes.
Yeah. Do you have an orange as well?
I got 1 dash. Wait, hold on. 1 dash. 2 dash.
All right. If you can stir, it's nice to stir this one only because it allows it keeps the ice perfect. There's a legendary bartender that stirs his Negronis with his fingers, so you are not wrong.
Right, no, it's a sanitized finger.
I hope that it's clean. It better be clean, boo.
Anthony, all the talk about all the cleaning that we've done on this show, and you just started it with your finger.
That's right. I sanitized myself.
So once you start to feel on your glass, once you feel that chill, and you can see that frost that's on it, you're pretty much good to go. And you can just let that be. You can like drink that. If you want some cherries, I have some high quality Luxardo cherries. Now you don't really want to use the maraschino that you see in the store, the fake really red ones. Because again, we're working with a high quality spirit. We're working with a single malt scotch in 14 years. We don't want to put cheap ingredients in it. We want
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you saying my cherries are cheap?
I'm saying that they have a lot of chemicals in them that we don't want to add to our cocktail. Is that okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I love that Anthony's been schooled.
Okay.
Don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
He can't be mad at you. You are like his favorite person ever.
Listen. My litmus test is you have to be smarter than me and funnier than me. And if you are, which is easy to
I
do.
can't say funnier.
I was about to say, that's really setting the bar low there, buddy.
So one of the things I do dad jokes online all the time. So it's like my spirited shenanigans. It's how I'm bringing joy to the world.
Yeah.
And so I can't say I'm funnier. I just have
Tracy, why do you think we do this show? We're trying to bring joy to the world, man.
I love it, but I'm really, really glad that you brought me on because that is all I want right now. There's a lot that we can do, a lot of sadness that we can find. So instead, let's have some fun.
Tracy has no idea who we even are.
I do. I actually watched.
She thinks we're Penn and Teller.
No.
Well, with you talking so much this week, I definitely feel like Teller today.
So did you guys taste it? I see.
Oh my God! Yeah, we should taste it. Hey, and Colleen, thank you for your $50 donation as well to Hospitality Strong. So this cheers is up to you for that.
I like that noise.
Cheers.
Melvin, how's this cocktail? How's the cocktail?
So good. It'd be better if you made it, but it's pretty damn delicious.
Fantastic.
Right?
Oh, that's good.
So it's one of those things we're not hiding the spirit. It's still got very much present. It's just accentuated by that brown sugar, which is a really rich syrup, and those bitters. So that's really why I would want to use a high quality. Again, we're using high quality ingredients with a high quality scotch. And also, let's talk about Glenfiddich. So Glen means valley. Fiddich in Gaelic means deer, right?
Yep.
So Glenfiddich, so you don't spit on your friends. So
yes. That's all right. I as a Jewish guy, I learned a lot of Hebrew growing up, so I can say Glenfiddich without spitting on anybody.
You're great.
Hey, Glenn.
But that is the reason it's not Glenfiddich. So we're going to the Gaelic pronunciation versus what English looks like, which would be Glenfiddich.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's really good to know. I tried that with gyro, but then everybody looks like I'm such an a-hole because I'm not saying gyro. So
you know what? I still say euro. So, but I learned it when I guess I say both depending on who's around me. But euro is the one that sticks with me.
Good. I like it. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
We say what we want.
And Glenn, I mean this with all sincerity.
Uh-oh.
You call it Glenfiddich.
I think Anthony's going to insult me. Yeah.
No, I don't think you're an a-hole.
Oh, that sounded like I love you.
He thinks I'm a C word, unfortunately.
So one of the things that's important to me is transparency. I don't want anybody to think that this is a paid commercial. It's not. We're just working with people that we know and friends, and Tracy works with Glenfiddich, and we'd like to make drinks on Friday. So this isn't a paid commercial. All just right. So FYI, somebody just sent me a text message going, "Why are you doing paid commercials on Friday?" And we're not. So FYI.
All right. So first of all, it's Glenfiddich, as we've learned, right? And secondly, what happened is, just so everybody knows, we're doing this. We're doing a couple of other sessions the next few weeks. A good buddy of mine out of Vegas works with Williams and Sons. He also happens to book the Life is Beautiful Festival in Las Vegas. He also related to Robert Nyman, a guest we've had on the show. So we're sharing a lot of good vibes. And the whole point of Feel Good Friday is so you could feel good, learn how to make cocktails at home, have a little bit of fun, and just kind of relax. And hey, I'm getting super relaxed right now. Spirited Tracy.
I love it. Yeah, and if you guys
Hey, we got another one.
in general, feel free to throw those out there. This is not just to talk about just Glenfiddich. I love all whiskeys. I come from a background where I was drinking all whiskeys. I had a company that was all about increasing diversity in the world of whiskey. So I talked all whiskeys, every style, every type. So this isn't just to talk Glenfiddich. Like if you have questions about anything, let me know. That's what I'm here for. I just happen to work for.
All right, hold on. I think you may have, we have actually might have made a sale for you today. 2 weeks in a row that my mixed drink tastes like beer. We're getting Glenfiddich tonight for sure. Thanks, Tracy.
It tastes like beer. Did you shake it?
That's a good question, Mike. Did you shake it? Because we learned that we were supposed to stir it.
So we don't want all the extra dilution. If you
tried to show him.
That could be why. If you just gently roast the sugar, so you're not breaking apart the ice. If the ice starts to break down, it's just going to dilute the cocktail faster.
Right.
So because you want the spirit to shine, that's why I stirred it. You could wash your hands and stir with your finger if you need, or go get a spoon. So when you stir it, the dilution actually happens a little bit slower, and you just have that. It just chills it.
Excellent. Ooh, someone says whatever I did was very cute. Thank you, Carol. I don't know what it was, but I can try to do more of that. Calvin, I know you're trying to bump in here. What do you think about this whole thing? What do you think of Tracy's awesomeness here?
I'm loving this. Like I said earlier, if every cooking show was about alcohol, I would.
All right, you're having some connection.
Did you guys use me?
You have Ethernet or something because your image is so crystal clear.
I'm using my Mac, so I realized my Mac works better than my phone, which is great. And then I have a little bit of light going on. So I used to be a theater performer.
Oh,
no. Shocking!
So I toured nationally and internationally.
My daughter's in theater, and she comes in. She tries to light my. Did you go to school for theater?
But sorry.
Did you go to school for theater?
I did. So I went to school in, but California is mainly where I grew up. Went to school in Cal State Fullerton, who has a really great theater department. Minored in business, and then went on the road. I just immediately started booking. So I toured the Mediterranean and the Baltic and the Caribbean with a cruise ship. Then I booked a show with Disney and toured the world. I started in New Zealand and literally just went everywhere and sang in 9 different languages. I can sing Winnie the Pooh at 5.
Okay, go.
You ready?
Yeah. Go.
I
think she told me she loved me.
In the 100-acre woods where Christopher Robin plays, you'll find the enchanted neighborhood of Christopher's childhood days.
You know, that was beautiful, and you have a lovely voice. And my daughter's a theater major. She's a senior at the new school here in the city.
Oh, wonderful!
And she's really excited. But I told her, I said, even if you decide to do something else in theater, obviously, but it's basically as soon as I saw you now, if I was an Eskimo, you can sell me ice, and I'd be, and I'd probably be to you. And thank you for your family's military service.
Yeah.
I was in the Air Force. Was your
my father out here because I'm Spirit Tracy, and I got to do a Spirit shenanigans. So do you know if kangaroos can? Ooh, that's a fun idea.
I won the state of Florida.
I think. Colleen, you're challenging.
Okay, all right. So, Colleen,
I put some money down on that.
Right, because she wrote this, I'm going to tell you a backstory I've never told before.
Oh boy.
Okay, you ready, Glenn? One of my stories.
I'm looking for my seatbelt. I'm a little nervous here.
I'm in Biloxi, Mississippi, Keesler Air Force Base. I'm in typing school right before computers really became a big thing. I'm in typing school. Okay, everybody else is maybe in Green Beret school, jump school. I was at the base that they were training the air traffic controllers, and then I can graduate and go to my base. Okay, so I do well. I'm typing 90 words a minute. I'm passing all the tests. I'm doing really, really well. And then the last day, I wasn't paying attention, and apparently it was our final, and I failed it. I had to do effing typing school again. I failed effing typing school. When I tell kids pay attention and everything matters, that's because I had to do typing school again.
And now I can type 50 words a minute. So.
And now I can type 600 words a minute. But that's a true story. I don't think I've ever told that story.
Jeez.
And that's why I always say piss poor preparation. performance because I wasn't.
Oh crap! I just spilled my drink on my phone. All right, Jeff. There's another meme coming your way. I've got an emergency. Oh, be right back.
Oh, no.
Tracy, can I ask you a question? And Calvin, don't you hate more than anything working with non-professionals? That is a non-professional right there. Instead of like dropping his phone, screwing up, and go, "Oh, I dropped my phone. I have to deal with that." Hey, Tracy, Calvin, Anthony, why don't you take it away? No, instead he's like, "Oh no."
But that's so much more exciting. Now we all get to laugh at him.
You know what? I realize I make way too much fun of that guy. Hey, Calvin, I don't know what's happening, but it looks like you're in a bowl of urine.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
I can't see you.
Yeah, it's.
I actually didn't hear it.
I can't see you. I can't see you. I wish I can take you out.
Like you can't hear us, so.
I don't have control. Hey, Jeff, can you take Calvin out and bring him back in?
Yeah, I missed it.
Tell him everything's screwed up. All right. So
Yeah.
you, Tracy.
I see you.
Me and Tracy, we're gonna have a little alone time. What happened?
Oh, there it goes.
I
That's better.
Hey, Jeff, I don't know if you got that email, but I sent you. Something.
Oh, we got another meme coming through.
Oh, we do.
I love it.
Hey, Glenn. Just so you know, you handled that really well.
Yeah, no panic at all. Smooth, just like the whiskey.
Did anybody have any whiskey questions?
Yeah, let's ask you. Sorry, I got somebody who's texting me wondering why I didn't pick up the phone to talk to him. How obnoxious is that you don't know that I'm on the air right now? And be sure to tune in every Sunday, 12 Eastern time. Yeah.
Hey, can you ask Mike? Can you bring up Mike McManus's message, please?
All right. I will do that, Jeff, for you while you are working on that, and then we are going to ask
Mike McManus field bowling in high school.
Wait, hold on. Boop. There we go. Sorry.
All right. So I failed typing and Mike failed bowling. Mike, the reason he failed bowling is because he was stoned. That's why.
Anytime I got started in college, I was much better at bowling.
I was like, wow, that's a bowling ball? Where are the holes?
All right. So
do we have an audience right now? Did everybody leave, or do we still have an audience?
No, they had an audience. Had is the word to use. All right. So let's ask you a couple more questions about whiskey. How do people have the patience to wait 14 years? How did they figure that out? How do they come to the conclusion that you could wait longer and it's worth the wait? And how do people afford to even start that and wait 14 years? All right, a whole lot there. But
it wasn't even done because of the quality of the whiskey. Initially, whiskeys were unaged. Mm-hmm. So they were unaged. They would be blended together and then aged by the person selling them. So that's initially how that was happening. But then we had to start putting regulations in place to ensure that whiskey was of a certain quality. So that happened at the turn of the century, early 1900s. Regulation came out that it had to be a minimum of 3 years. But that was also done for tax purposes, and then also because we didn't want people using all of the malt for spirits when it needed to go to people to eat, because there were actually wars were starting as a World War I, sort of those. Right. We create some regulations that made sure that people had to hold on to what they already had, and that the barley at that time could be used for food. So then after 3 years, people realized, okay, well, when we're aging it, it's actually creating consistency. This is delicious. So then they actually started aging longer, realizing that it was just making the whiskey better. They were able to, as we improved on our technology to distill, we were able to make better new make, which then when aged longer made better quality, higher quality whiskeys, which you could charge more for because of angel share. And really that's just how it kind of grew. So because Scotland is cooler and more temperate than you would find in Kentucky or Tennessee or Taiwan, we are able to age longer because we have a gentler aging process than in Kentucky, where you're getting a higher angel share, so it's hotter, so your water is evaporating, and your whiskey in that barrel is actually seeping into the barrel and pulling out flavor faster than it would in Scotland. So that's why usually bourbons are aged less.
So Tracy, they don't give these jobs to just anybody, huh? You're really smart. You're very smart. I gotta hire you for something. I don't
You
know
also
what
have to have a lot of patience.
I gotta give. We got to make her director of our world or something. I don't know.
Let's do it.
I know.
Yes.
All right, cheers. All right, I think we should start to wrap this thing up.
Let's all go on.
Before we wrap up, though, Tracy, is there anything else that we need to know about whiskey, Glenfiddich? Anything else that's on your mind?
For everyone. Whiskey is for everyone. So I'm on Instagram at Spirited Tracy, and I post. I'm starting this series called Scotch is Simple, and it's breaking down the Scotch category into really simple ideas and talking about different beliefs around Scotch and really breaking those down to make it approachable. So everyone can enjoy it, everyone can drink it. Glenfiddich, Balvenie, other whiskeys, whatever it may be, but Scotch is for everybody, and it is simpler than we think. And if you've ever felt like you weren't included in that conversation or weren't a part of the Scotch world, I'm sorry, we're changing that.
Is that you? There you are.
That's me.
Yay! Hey, the only problem I have with Glenfiddich is it's too smooth and it goes down really easy. So I'm not sure I'm going to make it till like happy hour tonight. I don't know.
Well, especially with the 14 has those beautiful caramel notes. Absolutely. Yeah. As you get a little bit, so our 18 is going to have a little bit more body to it. That might be a better one for you to make you sip.
I like it. I like it right now. Right now, I'm chugging.
Before we go, Tracy, I have a really important question for you.
Okay.
You texted or you Instagram something saying that you're watching really trashy television. So what's your favorite trashy television show?
Trashy? Probably.
Well, you wrote it.
I wonder what I was writing at that time. But
apparently she doesn't think the Real Housewives are trashy. I don't know.
Oh, no. I don't watch Housewives. I watch the one where they're on the boat.
Which is regular TV.
You said you watched the one on the boat?
Yeah, where they
my wife watches that. The one with the guys who the people who work on the boat, right?
I'm totally hooked on Below Deck.
Below Deck. Below Deck.
Below Deck, exactly. So I was a singer on a cruise ship, so I know what like the larger feel is when you look on a huge ship. So it was really interesting to see what the private yachts are like because it's still the exact same drama and sex and drinking, and it's just insane. So I enjoy that because it reminds me of my past.
So you watch any trashy shows called Hotel Impossible?
Hotel Impossible. I have watched Hotel. It's not my favorite.
Oh, she has no idea. I'm the Hotel Impossible host. She has no idea.
No.
She literally, I just nailed her on national television. So embarrassed. That's my show, Tracy.
Wait, I thought Hotel Impossible was that guy from it's different than the person that does the restaurant and
Tracy, I would just put a drink and just be quiet at this point.
We're gonna move to Calvin. Calvin, have you been inspired? Have you been inspired for memes? This show.
Yeah, you better believe it.
I just told her how much I love her, and she just said she hates my show. I love this. She has no idea I am the host of Hotel Impossible. I love this.
This is the best.
I'm working on a Gordon Ramsay Hotel Impossible mashup right now.
Below Deck is not trashy basketball wise. That's trashy. That's funny.
Okay. So I accept your apology, Tracy. Not everyone likes my show.
I'm gonna absolutely check out Hotel
Tracy, to be fair, I can't tolerate it.
So I thought is it in the UK? Because I've only seen there's one in the UK, and they go in and they change over the hotels, right?
No, that's different.
Okay.
You're thinking of the wrong show. All right, you have been absolved of any negativity here.
Okay, just so you know, he's screwing with you. You're thinking the right show because that's exactly what we do. But he's trying to save you embarrassment.
She said UK.
No, but it's all in the UK, and they're usually in Scotland and England, and that's the one I've seen. And they go in and there's. I will check it out. I'm
okay.
sorry.
There's a show with a guy that looks like me. Have you ever seen that show? Have you ever seen that show?
I have not, but
all right, no, it's okay.
That's fine.
Just don't crash the show. Oh, we have to move on. No, we're not moving on.
No, I just think that we need to have Glenfiddich. That's all I'm saying right now. Oh boy, Jeff, what do you?
In all fairness, Anthony, I've never seen an episode of Hotel Impossible either.
No, Tracy, but I'm gonna watch it because I might be anything.
You're in theater. You produce things. Would you like to be our new producer for this show?
All right.
After insulting you,
he still loves you.
I'm
doesn't.
gonna-
Oh man, Tracy, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great one. You were absolutely terrific, man. I just love your energy, Tracy. You are so much fun. Tracy Franklin, National Ambassador, Glenfiddich. Let's hear it for her. Woo! All that.
Bye, Calvin.
Bye. See you later.
Bye, Tracy.
Calvin, you rock, dude. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
man.
you. Yeah, thank you
Any
for
parting
having me.
words before we let you go, sir?
Make sure to hit me up for social media management. Just launched my company. That Glenfiddich is hitting pretty hard now.
Good. And Calvin, I
just
love
launched
that you
my
were
social media
able.
management company.
Yeah,
Hit me up.
wait, we're having a little hard trouble hearing you. You've earned the shameless plug. You started a social media management company. Tell us about it.
Yes. It's called RefPar Media. I'll help businesses build their social media management profiles. So find me on Instagram and let's work.
All right, beautiful. Calvin, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. All right, dude. How freaking awesome was this week?
I want those names from Calvin. Calvin, give me those names. I want to know if I know them. I'm a curious person. That was great. It was great. I love them both. I love people that are trying to make their own way, doing their own thing. You know, when you grow up, we have these dreams. I want to be this. I want to be that. Life changes, and then all of a sudden, you find something you love even more than you thought. And I just love the fact that people can change. And in this environment, if you're not changing, you're not moving. So, big shout out to not only what they do, but how they do it.
Yeah. All right. So listen, you out there want to play poker with Anthony. I know it. You know it. We all know it. So in order to do that, send an email to pokerwithanthony@gmail.com. Give us your best bid in order to play with him. And don't forget, if you want to just co-host with me for the day while we talk about Anthony in the game, $1,000. Send your email, pokerwithanthony@gmail.com.
Okay, ready? Let's practice. Okay, I'm saying.
Oh, wait, we didn't even say what the winning prize was. If you win the tournament, you get a video happy hour session with you too, which is awesome.
Oh,
all right,
wow.
Yeah, all right. So go ahead.
So I'm in a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the button. I got a pair of aces. Somebody 3-bet. What do I do?
First, you say that if you enter the poker tournament, it's tax deductible. Now, what did you say again? I'm sorry.
I'm on the button. I got a pair of aces.
Yep.
I got 3-bet. Somebody came over the top, went all in. So there was a 3-bet and all in. Now I have to act. What do I do?
Wait, are there any cards out on the table? Or is it just a pocket aces? Have we already seen the river?
No,
I would go for it.
No, pocket aces. I got
nothing else.
And then another
no
guy
flop, pre-flop, post-flop, during the flop,
pre-flop.
I think that's ridiculous to go all in early, but yeah, you got to go all in. You got two aces,
man.
Yeah.
Now I have. Hold on. Now I have queens, same position. What do I do?
I think the odds are still against you to do that because chances are that person is bluffing you to get out. Don't you think?
Nope.
This is why I'm hosting and I am not playing.
I'm probably going to drop my queens at that point because somebody's got ace king. If there's two people and one person's got ace king,
right?
Maybe somebody's got kings. Maybe someone's got an ace 3 suited. Somebody's got an ace. Two of the people, they're both going all in. Somebody's got an ace.
All right, hold on a second.
This is all the information you can learn.
Anthony, we got some breaking news.
Tracy.
we figured out that it was Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell, not Hotel Impossible. And I agree with you, not as good as Hotel Impossible.
I had to look it up because I was like, I know this show. I know this, and they went to this cottage, like it was in this little suburb, like this small Scotland that I'd been to, the city. And they did a hotel, this little cottage, and it's not Hotel Impossible. It's Hotel Hell with Gordon Ramsay.
Right.
Thank
So now you know you're just not famous at all because he did a hotel show for 2 or 3 seasons and he did maybe 4 shows a season and you know his show. I've done 108 shows, been on TV for 10 years and she has no idea who I am. That's a problem. So can I hire you to be to make me more famous?
I would try.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know that you need to be more famous. What would you need to be more famous for?
Well, you could always hire Calvin for social media.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
All right, we gotta get the hell off of this
Okay,
show.
we're gonna get out of here.
Guys, see you later. Thank you so much again for
Calvin,
being
you
here.
still didn't give me the names of those people. All right, Calvin, you're never coming back on the
Yeah,
show.
he did. It's there. It's in the private chat.
All right, I gotta look for it. All right, so what's going on? What else?
What's going on is this is a mess. Let's just do the email address one more time. Let's get out of here. pokerwithanthony@gmail.com. Hospitality Strong. We're helping frontline workers in the hotel industry, something that hasn't been focused on before.
Yes. We've,
Oh, and it's Texas Hold'em. I'm supposed to tell you it's Texas Hold'em.
I have no idea what you said, but yes, please go to GoFundMe, USA Hospitality Strong. Really important. Please join our poker tournament. Donate whatever you can. The more you donate, the more I'll give. We just want to raise $100,000, and we're not going to stop until we raise $100,000. So thank you for all those donations that have been coming in. Truly appreciate it. Go to Hospitality Strong on GoFundMe, USA Hospitality Strong, and please donate. And thank you for all those people that were on our webinar yesterday talking about how we are opening hotels post-COVID. So thank you for coming on our webinar. Truly appreciate it. Go to hospitalitysuccess.com or Hospitality Success on Facebook so you can learn more about what's the best way to open your hotel as we come out of this. Glenn, I did that without breathing. How are you?
I held my breath while you were doing that too. I was wondering how long you were going to talk for without breathing. Man, what a good show that was. I want to thank everybody for being here today, for being here all week and supporting us as we've been doing this since March. Without all of you out there, this couldn't be possible. This couldn't be as amazing as it's been, and we couldn't be sharing, learning, and coming together without each and every one of you. So thank you. Thank you guys for being here and really supporting us. And hopefully things are going to get better. We're starting to feel some good news about where we're headed to right now. And I'm feeling pretty good about the future. I don't know if it's organic or Glenn Fittich induced, but either way, I'm feeling good, Anthony.
Yes, and the way for us to continue to feel good and get everybody traveling is please social distance. Please do what the stores tell you to do. Wear your mask. We're all in this together. I don't care what your political views are. Is everybody's got to stay safe, and everyone, if we take care of each other, we'll get to traveling fast because I want to get on a plane tomorrow if I can. Yesterday's webinar was super. Thank you so much. That's very sweet to say. I really appreciate it. And you imagine if I knew what the hell I was talking about, how good it would have been.
I know.
Daniel, wait, we got to give him props, man. He is our biggest fan. He is always on. He watches everything we do. And Daniel, you're a rock star. What do you do? Tell us what you do. Are you in the hotel business? Are you Glenn's best friend?
Yeah.
What exactly? Who are you, Daniel? And what do you do?
All
right, maybe you can tell us on the next show. So tell us your goodbye saying, and then I'll say.
Yeah, we will do our goodbyes and all of that kind of stuff. And here, are you ready? No, I was just trying to stall for another second, but I do want to say, hey, Colleen, thank you very much. Hey, Carol, thank you very much. Gary, thank you very much.
You're stalling. Okay. Chief engineer at the Marriott. All right.
Here we go. Hey, everybody. Remember, have a great weekend. Feel Good Friday. Have a wonderful Memorial Day. Remember, we're all in this together, and you can make anything possible because you've got one life. So blaze on, and
thanks for checking in.
See you guys next week.